I'm selling my silver. That's the clickbait. I've done it. I'm sorry. I can't help but say that because it's factually true. I am selling some silver, but on eBay of all places. So is it a good idea to sell on eBay? Is it something that I'm going to regret because I'm going to get scammed by some unscrupulous buyers? Or are some of you lucky buyers out there going to get some absolute steals on the auctions that I'm running right now? We're going to discuss these beautiful coins and eBay as a platform. Is it something that we can rely on as stackers to exit some of our silver? Or is it just a great place for people to get deals and buy excellent products at cheap prices? Let's dive in and have a precious metal ramble. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to this week's In Focus Friday / a precious metal ramble, where we're going to not only look at some beautiful coins, but also talk about selling them on everybody's favorite e-commerce platform, eBay. Is it safe? Is it something you should think about? Is it something you can do reliably as a seller? Or is it just a little bit too much of a risk for you? I'd love to know what you think down in the comment section. I'm going to share my thoughts on what I think eBay is really good for and what eBay is really bad for. And we'll just get into the meat and potatoes of this subject. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. We're looking at some stunning coins in the background from Spectres, who are not sponsoring this video, but they have gifted me these coins in the past. And I'd love to be able to just keep every single thing that I'm ever gifted on this channel. But unfortunately, as a business, as a channel that is sponsored by some companies out there, I do have to move things on to make a living and actually get on with life. So these are up for auction right now. If you're watching this before Saturday, the 31st of August, they will be auctioned. They are on eBay right now. There's a link in the description to my eBay page, and you can go and bid worldwide shipping in the global shipping program. Easy peasy. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go. But if any of these strike your fancy as we go, then just go and check them out. So eBay, is it something that you can rely on as a seller? I've always thought about these types of coins being the perfect platform, or eBay being the perfect platform, I should say, for these kind of coins to sit on. And the reason for that is eBay has its benefits. It's a huge platform. It always has been. It's probably still the standout biggest platform in terms of like running auctions and just generally selling things. You are paying for that service though. That is an important distinction to make. You are going to be paying in fees, and their fees are not cheap. You know, including all the payment fees, you are looking around, I think it's like 14 and a bit % at the moment, which is a lot. But they do always have some deals going. You just have to wait and be patient a little bit, and they'll eventually give you a seller's final fee offer. And in the case of this particular week, I have an 80% off the final fees, which is great. It really does work out pretty cheap, quite frankly. Generally speaking, for a kind of around about £200 coin, £150 coin, you're looking at it costing around about £8 to sell, which isn't a lot at all. So it's a little bit more if you sell to an international customer through the global shipping program. But generally speaking, it's a really great place to sell these kind of coins. And that's where eBay is best, in my opinion. You can buy and sell regular gold and silver on there, but because of those fees, you're always going to be paying more than if you had just bought from the dealer directly. And you'll find that a lot of big dealers out there have an eBay presence, because there will be some customers who would prefer to buy through eBay because it does give a level of protection to the buyer, more so than you would think from, say, just buying from a bullion dealer with your credit or debit card. Some people think that it's even more protection through eBay. That protection does somewhat have consequences for sellers in that they open themselves up to a higher level of potential fraud now, but that has got better over the years as a seller. I've never personally experienced anything like that, but I don't sell in huge volumes on eBay, and the kind of things that I end up selling are not so expensive that it would be kind of worth somebody's time to attempt to steal and scam me as a seller. There have been a few moments where I've had things that I've posted out to customers and they then message me going, it's not been delivered, and I check the tracking and it most assuredly has, and I just say, the tracking says it's been delivered, perhaps you can look again, and then you get a suspicious message going back, going, oh yes, no, we found it, and it's like, okay, were you trying it on? Maybe. But generally speaking, it's a really safe place to be as a seller. And it has evolved. There are other sort of stories out there of sellers who had potential claims put against them, and because they did everything right, they have seller protection through eBay. So generally, I feel it's a pretty safe place to be as a seller. And if you're above board and doing everything right and protecting yourself as the seller, then you won't have any problems selling on that platform. That is with the exception of selling quite high ticket items. So I alluded to a point there a second ago where I said the vast majority of things that I sell are up to a certain value. And they're also pretty unique in that if somebody was to buy a, say, gold coin off you and then say it's fake and send back a fake gold coin, and you get it and you say unbox it on camera and it's a fake Krugerrand when you sent a real Krugerrand out, that's going to look real. How's the person who is ever going to adjudicate that going to look at that and go, actually, no, that's definitely a fake Krugerrand? You know, it's really difficult. But if you have, like this coin here, if somebody buys this and then says it's fake when they get it and they send it back and they send back something completely different, I have the evidence there. It's very simple, very safe. So that's where I would say. And you're also opening yourself up to more potential fraudsters if you have lots of gold bars up for sale on eBay. So as a seller, I think it's pretty safe. Auctions I've always found are the best as well. I hate when I see, so you're going onto eBay right now, and if you look at this for the Zurong coin, you'll see that there are a bunch of buy it nows up there. Now, the dealers have it as their buy it nows. They'll often have their own shops outside of eBay, and they'll have it for a little bit cheaper on some of those sites. But also, interesting rule, in the UK, and I think a fair few other countries actually, you can't price things differently based on the kind of payment fees that are involved with it. So I can't, for example, put up an ad on my website for something being £100 and then say on eBay for £120. That's technically not allowed, and you can be reported to trading standards for that. It's a bit of a boo-boo mark in your record. You won't necessarily get in legal trouble, but if you're flagrantly avoiding those kind of rules, then you might get in trouble. But anyway, these sellers will have these coins up for sale at buy it nows, and those buy it nows are often quite high and quite optimistic, and that's their prerogative as dealers. They have the luxury of holding on to it. But if you're a genuine seller, if you're just a guy or a lady that's got these coins, you want to sell them, I find auctions just to be the best. They will find the market rate. In fact, I remember having a big discussion with some of the people at the Royal Mint about this, about their flagrant overpricing of, flagrant overpricing? That's the wrong, flagrant overpricing, I think is what I meant to say. But the point was they disregarded eBay completely. They said it's not a market indicator of those kind of price points. It's basically shrewd buyers getting a good deal from eBay. And I completely disagree. I think eBay is a really good barometer of market rates for different products and different coins. Now, with that said, we move on to the element of the buying side of eBay. So I think you can buy gold and silver reliably on eBay if you're smart, if you're knowing what to look for. If you're buying bullion on there, you've got to kind of question yourself whether or not the price is right. I've bought bullion on eBay. I've had eBay vouchers come through. I've had, in the UK, used to have nectar points and shopping, basically loyalty points, and you could use that on eBay. And I bought sovereigns on eBay when I had enough points. And recently I had some PayPal credit put into my account from PayPal. That's a story for another time. They're absolute pirates and I hate PayPal. But anyway, they gave me like £75 worth of credit that I couldn't spend on anything except using something that you would pay through PayPal. And I refused to pay through PayPal for anything, really. So eBay was the only thing I could really think of. And I bought a gram of gold from eBay with PayPal. So you can buy bullion from eBay. But generally speaking, it's not really going to be worth it. You're better off buying it directly from somewhere else. But you get a good sense of what things are worth. And if you are shrewd about your buying, you can really get some great deals. And I have no doubt that these coins that we are seeing here on the table will go for fair market rates. And it's much fairer than me, for example. And a lot of people say, well, why can't you just put these coins up for sale on your platform? Why can't you just say, they're up for sale and that's the price? Because I honestly don't know what a fair price would be. For me, as a non-kind of business entity, I'm not a specialist in this field. I just have them gifted to me. And I'm very fortunate and lucky to do that and have that. But, I've worked very hard to build up my channel to be what it is and to have these kind of sponsorships come through. But sponsorships are kind of how I fund my living and my business. So they have to go. And rather than them sit there, if I put a price tag of £250 on these coins, they probably won't sell particularly quickly, if at all. And I would also feel a little bit bad if somebody bought it for 250, but then a month later, one went up on eBay for auction and got 150. I'd feel bad about that. And whilst there's some capitalism and commercialism in there that says you shouldn't feel bad about that, that's just part and parcel of the world. I feel like for me, as somebody who shows these coins and talks about them, there would be a disingenuous nature to it if I just suddenly said, this is a £250 coin, you have to buy it for that. I'm very much keen to make sure things go for market rates rather than fleece people. I don't need to fleece people. That's the point here. Some businesses, they need to, and they'll need to get as much out of every single product that they can. And that's their business. That's fine. I'm not going to tell them how they should do their business, but that's not how I do my business. And so that's why eBay auctions, I think, are the best solution for me. So there we go. Secondary point to this, I will do a follow-up video showing the results of this, if that's of interest. I mean, if you don't want to know anything of that, then just let me know in the comments. But I think it will be of interest to see how these kind of collectible numismatic coins actually do, because they do come up for auction very rarely. As I said, we have some of these here at really quite low mintages, and a lot of them will just be buy it nows. People will just buy it and never sell it, and they will never come up for sale. So we never get these reference points for what these products will actually be like. And I think that's quite interesting. And it would be interesting to tell which one of these 5 does best. My prediction by a country mile is going to be the Zhurong coin. It is stunning. It was the most watched video of the 5 sponsorships that we did from Spectres. It is stunning. I would love to keep it, but again, at the end of the day, I've said, Mrs. Backyard Bullion also reminded me that you can't keep everything. And I have kept some things from the various sponsors that we've had over the years, but you can't keep everything. And unfortunately, it has to go. And I'm going to be sad to see it go because it's so stunning. But at the same time, I think it's going to go to a nice new home. And hopefully the person who picks it up at what I would imagine will be a decent price underneath the buy it nows, then all the credit to them. And that's kind of where we are with it. So yeah, eBay, good or bad? What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section. It's an interesting topic, and I know it's going to split opinion. There are a lot of people who won't touch eBay with a barge pole, and I would say you're probably right for certain products, but also from the point of view of other products and other sellers, reputable sellers with decent profiles on both eBay and off eBay, I just feel like it's a win-win. Like, you're going to get good deals. I've had fantastic purchases from eBay in the past. I recently bought some from eBay as well, because that extra high enhanced layer of protection that you get is super important. And if you're buying a particular collectible coin that you want to get, but it's listed from some random company or person that you don't know, yeah, you kind of want to just make sure you're not going to get scammed, or you're not going to get the wrong thing in the post, or nothing at all. And eBay is really good at protecting the buyer. But there's a balance, because of course there are unscrupulous sellers and unscrupulous buyers out there. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Let me know your experiences down in the comment section. Let me know if you're going to be bidding on any of these coins. Hopefully you will see some happy bids going in. But yeah, let me know how you would react if you had these coins, and how you would be selling them if that was required. A huge, massive thank you and shout out to Spectres for the 5 previous sponsorships that they have done with us. I'm sure there will be more in the future. They've got some stunning pieces coming out in the not too distant future. This isn't a sponsored spot, but they need a shout out. I'll try and remember to put a link in the description box to their website, but there is some stunning products out there. Otherwise, a huge shout out to the Backyard Bullion Ramblers for listening to the back end of my videos, and to the Cool Kids Club members who go above and beyond to support our channel. We thank you and salute you. And I mentioned in the previous video that we've got some of our 100-gram bars coming out, and we do in fact have those coming out soon. Let me just see if I can grab a quick photo on my phone to show them, because I haven't got them here in front of me. I've got one here, there we go. And so this year we've got our 100-gram channel bars. That's what they look like. They're going to be beautiful poured silver pieces this year instead of the hammered ones. Limited to 25 only. If you're in the Cool Kids Club and you want to get hold of one, then let me know. They will be very limited, because there are already a lot of people taking up their previous year's allocation, and there'll only be a few that are available. So yeah, let me know if you want one. Email in the description box below. Otherwise, thanks all. We'll see you on the next video. As always, wait, there's more. Super Cool Kids Club extra special members. Tell me, what serial number of the Hannibal coin have I got? That way I'll know if you're in the Cool Kids Club and have watched to the end. Thanks all. See you on the next one. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.